And our word for today on this Wednesday of the 6th week of Easter, this Wednesday, May the 8th, our word for today is truth. Truth, our word for today, taken from our gospel reading from the Gospel of John, chapter 16. Jesus said to his disciples, I have much more to tell you, but you cannot bear it now. But when he comes, the Spirit of truth, he will guide you to all truth. Jesus says, if I were to tell you everything that I need to tell you right now, you couldn't bear it. You would break under the pressure of what I need to share with you. You need to have the Spirit of God living within you that he might reveal it to you what? All at once? No, little by little. And brothers and sisters, I have to say sometimes we're on the opposite side of that. We want to say to somebody, I have something I need to tell you. I need to give it all to you. You need to digest all of it right now. You need to commit to all of it right now. You need to be fully in on every single item right at this moment. If Jesus couldn't do it, I would say we probably can't do it either. If Jesus said, I need to send the Spirit needs to come. The advocate needs to come. You need to be baptized. You need to have the Spirit living within you that he might reveal this to you over time, that he might reveal it to you, that he might parse it out to you in a way that you can bring it into your life and come to full maturity in me. I've been walking with the Lord for a long time. I will tell you, some of the things the Lord has dealt with me on over years. And if he tried to tell me that at the very beginning, I would not have been able to digest it. I would not have been able to bring it into my life. It has been a process over all of these years. Again, which is why the scripture tells us the Lord wants to bring us into full maturity in him. St. Paul says when you were a child, you ate like a child, you drank like a child, you acted like a child. But now that you are grown up, put away childish things. It is something that we start here and we move there. That is the way the Lord works with us. And it's even the way that he worked with the apostles. Again, Jesus said to his own disciples, I have much more to tell you, but you can't bear it now. But you cannot bear it now. But when he comes, the Spirit of truth, he will guide you to all truth. He will guide you in all truth. We see this played out in the Acts of the Apostles today, chapter 17. Then Paul stood up and said, you Athenians, I see that in every respect you are very religious. For as I walk around looking carefully at your shrines, I even discovered an altar inscribed to an unknown God. What therefore you unknowingly worship, I now proclaim to you. So St. Paul is saying you got a little bit right. Just a little bit. You got a whole lot wrong, but you got a little bit right. And let me build on that little bit. And then he begins to lay out the gospel of Jesus Christ to them, including the resurrection of the dead, Jesus' death, his resurrection. And then we see at the end of the reading, when they heard about the resurrection of the dead, some began to scoff, but others said, we should like to hear you on this same topic some other time. And so Paul stayed with them, but some did join him and became believers. So many of them scoffed and walked away. Others said, we want to hear more later. But some joined them right at that moment. It's exactly the way we see the Spirit of God working all over the place. Yes, some accept immediately, and they began to work, and they began to enter into that relationship. Some are coming along slowly. They need to hear more later, and others just depart. Seeds were planted. We'll see what happens with that later. So we approach in the same way, and we give thanks to God that he is the one who is planting this truth into each and every person's heart through the Spirit of God. But we know that it's a process. It was a process for those who walked with Jesus in person. And even Jesus said to them, you're not ready for this. You need the Spirit of God living within you in order to receive this message in its fullness. So we know that as well as we go forward with the truth of the gospel, with the truth of the teachings of Jesus Christ through the church that he himself founded on the Apostle Peter. Let's give it to them in the way that the Spirit dictates it to us, that we might give it to them in a way that they can receive it. Truth, our word for today.